Hey guys, Sequoia here from Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions. I am standing in front of my next project. This is a 170 rear-wheel drive Sprinter. It was built out by someone and the client brought it to me to revamp the electrical and the plumbing system. We're also adding a window. And I'm really excited about this project because it's going to make a massive transformation on the electrical side and on the plumbing side. We're going to be doing a tear down of the shower stall that's in here. It's a massive shower stall. And we're replacing it with a Tetravan fold down shower pan, which is really cool, a really cool product. And then the electrical system just needs work, right? They don't know if it's working correctly. We're going to take a look at the system. I've seen some photos, but it definitely needs some like new components and recabling. 3 Battleborn batteries in here. We have some real amateur cable management. Got some audio cable going on here. Yeah, there's just big lugs on small little posts. Really crappy breakers. 250 amps. That's the main battery breaker. We got some really big cables. This is like what, 6 gauge? This is meant for like a maximum of 10. I don't know how they got that in there. Pulling really hard. I don't even know where that goes. We got a Serbo GX, got a Multi-Plus over here. What do we got going on here? At least there's 10 gauge cable going in and out, but there's some small wire here. What is this? 0 gauge, so 1/0 supplying power to our Multi-Plus. They recommend 4/0. Yeah, got my work cut out for me here, but I'm excited. This is going to be a massive transformation. All right, before I remove all this cabling, just wanted to show you a couple other things that I found. Pop the cover off this Wifco box. We have like a massive cable stuffed into, this is just supposed to be like a 4 gauge. This whole panel is like maybe rated for 100 amps. We have a massive, look, there's 100 amp, great. That jives. The bus bars back here, like this is why I don't use individual bus bars. It's just messy. It's hard to make really clean. What else did I want to say? Here's our input breaker for the DC-DC charger, 250 amps. That ain't gonna work. Pop the cover off of this Multi-Plus right away. Always check these terminals. Loose. There's no like burn marks on these, which is glad to see. Now, yeah, so next steps are to just remove all this stuff and just clean it up a bit. All right, so here's the stuff I'm taking out. All the breakers, bus bars, cabling. That guy's still good, but we're not going to use it here because we can't see it on the GX Touch. And we want to increase our DC-DC charging. Here's the stuff that we're keeping, the Serbo and the MPPT. And then here's all the new stuff. I'm going to do a modified Lynx Power In, or Orion XS. Smart Shunt, this is for our DC-DC input because more than likely there is no breaker on that run. Class T fuse on our batteries, and a big battery switch. All right, a few hours later, and this is what we're looking at. We have our Lynx Power Center hanging there on a board, so it is off the wall and allows the wires that come through an opening in the wall to get behind that and snake up to our Wifco. I'm not gonna touch any of that because, I mean, look how tight it is. I would not. There's a bunch of butt connectors in there. Yeah, I'm just not gonna touch it. But we have our 4 gauge cabling going into our Wifco box. I ran 4/0 cable to all of the batteries, Class T fuse. I didn't use that other Blue Sea switch. I went with the Marinco one. So basically you'll have to remove the cover to get to all of this stuff. And it's like, why have the switch on the outside if you can't get to any of the breakers at the same time anyway? So, and there's some openings in the cover. They can reach their hand in there, I think, and operate some of this. Over here are our chargers. There's also that black die-hole double pole breaker. So I think it's 6 gauge comes off the roof. It's hard to see because it's covered in ice. It goes into the breaker, and then we go from there 10 gauge into the MPPT, and then from the MPPT out we have 12 gauge because that thing can only push out 15 amps. Our inverter is charging right now. Our Serbo is all connected to all of the new components via the VE Direct cables. I still have to upgrade that Serbo, and I have a hard time getting an internet connection out here. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Finally got this system programmed. You can see I updated to the new user interface. We have our Shore, our solar, and our alternator chargers all on here. The inverter charger wasn't programmed for lithium at all, so we're charging it up maybe for the first time fully. So hopefully the client will get a lot more battery capacity out of this.